Well, hi everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning, the 9th day of June, the second Monday of the month of June here. Plenty of sunshine early on this Monday morning. There are a couple of clouds to the northeast. There's a low pressure system up near Lake Superior that's spinning. And that's actually going to be responsible for our winds increasing today. Basically, the pressure gradient between that low to our northeast and high pressure over the Rockies is going to lead to some increasing winds out of the northwest. We could see a few extra clouds, maybe partly cloudy skies right in here today, but most of us will end out with plenty of sunshine, and it's going to warm up compared to what we saw yesterday on Sunday. That said, we've got much warmer weather to come in the days ahead. Those winds that'll be a little bit breezy out of the northwest, gusting at times up to around 30 miles per hour, they will die down tonight very quickly. So light winds overnight, mostly or mainly clear skies out there, taking us into Tuesday. Now, Tuesday morning, still a slight chill in the air, at least comparatively speaking to what is normal for this time of the year. But really starting during the day tomorrow and beyond, our highs are going to get warmer, and so are our lows. It's going to start to act more like summer around here in the days ahead beginning tomorrow. We pick up on a little bit of a breeze out of the south-southwest, not as strong as today's winds. Lots of sunshine, much warmer temperatures on the way. Tomorrow night is going to be a much milder night. Looks to remain pretty quiet, although a cool front does approach northwestern areas, kind of roughly there. And that cool front will cool things back a little bit for Wednesday up to the north, and it will start to bring back our rain and thunderstorm chances as well. That cool front cools us down a few degrees by Thursday, but most of us won't feel it until Thursday. And speaking of when it comes through, towards the end of the day, Wednesday, more so Wednesday night, we might see some isolated showers and thunderstorms and a low-end chance of a little severe weather. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center targeting here areas in northeastern Nebraska. I could really see any of these areas maybe being a target for some isolated severe weather, though. But we're going to kind of enter a picture where it's a little more active, not super active, though, nothing super organized, where we have almost nightly chances of thunderstorms starting Wednesday night, but they're going to be very tough to predict until you get a little bit closer to the day of here. But right now, like I said, nothing organized, nothing that screams out to me major severe weather right now, but we'll play it by ear day to day as we get a little bit closer to the end of this week as things start to turn slightly more active. Highs today, well, warmer than yesterday, mid to upper 70s, low to mid 80s, warmer the farther southwest that you go. Lows tonight down into the mid to upper 40s and low 50s, kind of comparable to this morning. It's kind of the last cool night ahead of us for a while. Tomorrow, here comes the heat. Low and mid 90s for almost all of us, maybe a few upper 80s out there. So we're starting to feel the heat on Tuesday. Tuesday night is going to be milder, lows in the low to mid 60s. And another day of heat for most of us on Wednesday, but notice there is the effect of that cool front. Right about there. You see still in the low to mid 90s out ahead of it, 80s behind the front. Not a dramatic drop in temperatures, but a little bit cooler to the north and northwest. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, still a very mild morning. A lot of 60s, maybe a few 50s in the north and west. And then looking ahead to Thursday, while slightly cooler, still warm in the 80s to right around 90 degrees for your day on Thursday. And we're going to kind of settle into still very warm temperatures for the rest of the week right into the upcoming weekend. Let's take a look at that extended outlook. Today is the coolest day that we're going to see for a while until maybe later next week. We start to bring back thunderstorm chances Wednesday night. These are all pretty small chances from Wednesday night onward, and they're mainly at night where these chances exist here. But again, after a couple of days in the low 90s, we slightly cool down Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we're still upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. Another warm day on Monday, and it looks like maybe a slightly bigger cool down by next Tuesday and Wednesday, but even then I'm not going to bank on anything dramatically colder than cool like what we've been seeing recently, nothing like that. Looking at the North Platte forecast, we will be looking at those temperatures heating up the next couple of days after today, and just like the Tri-Cities, a slight cool down for the rest of the week, but we're still very warm, and we've got these occasional off and on chances of rain and thunderstorms, mainly in the evening hours right now. Something that's kind of tough to predict in this northwesterly flow. Nothing to me that screams out right now major severe weather, nothing that screams out to me anything real organized. So we'll play it by ear day to day to see how things play out. But right now, it's a very summer-like forecast period the way it looks right now. It's going to be almost more like July than it is June as we look towards this next week after today. Looking at the long range, again, a slight cool down coming in as we get towards next Tuesday and Wednesday. But we kind of settle into warmer than average forecast period. This is looking ahead to next week. We're still probably going to be on the warmer side of things, more than likely most of next week. And probably going to be near average precipitation-wise. We'll have occasional chances here and there. Nothing major, like I said right now, that sticks out to me here. We'll show you some of the long-range models. This is the North American model, the NAM. This one only goes out 3.5 days, so this is not going to show us much until maybe Wednesday evening. And northern Nebraska would have the best chance right now. And then beyond that, I don't have much because that's all the farther out that model goes. Let's show the European model. Again, not much the next couple of days. Wednesday night, here's our first chance. And again, really geared towards northern Nebraska. And then we've just got these occasional chances, mainly at night. But like I said, there's nothing super organized. No major low pressure systems. There's one down to our south, but that's not going to influence us too much. So I've got nearly nightly chances of thunderstorms. We're kind of in northwesterly flow, which means our storms come in from the northwest, which means there's a huge ridge over the desert southwest. That's not as favorable for organized severe weather. Yes, you can still get severe storms in northwest flow. Ask folks to our south the last week down in Texas and New Mexico and Oklahoma that have been in northwest flow and they've had severe weather. But it's not as organized as what you would see with a major spring storm that comes in from Colorado. We call it a Colorado low. Nothing like that coming anytime soon. Let's look at the GFS model. Again, not much the next couple of days. Here's our Wednesday night chances, kind of our next chance anyway. And these are all kind of just unorganized chances of showers and thunderstorms nearly nightly, which might continue into next week. So we'll see how things play out. But so there are chances there. It's just nothing super organized. So again, the big ridge that's over the western U.S., big trough right here, basically this is what our jet stream looks like. Kind of like that. It's not a great drawing, but let's try it again one more time. So it kind of goes to the north and then down right there. So big trough over the Great Lakes, big ridge over the desert southwest. Well, let's play this out a few days. It's just basically that ridge to our west is going to build in a little bit more. And the big trough is going to shift more towards the New England states. So it's kind of like that a little bit. Maybe it's a rough drawing, but there's a little trough over the western U.S. and then like that. So basically what's happening is the big ridge that's over the desert southwest is moving towards us a little bit, which shifts more heat into our area, and then we get these occasional systems that come in from the northwest over and over again. And this should continue into most of next week as well. Although, as we get towards Thursday morning of next week, so we're talking 10 days out now, our jet stream, it's a little more evened out, somewhat, at that point. Maybe a little bit of a cutoff low or something like that there. So, GFS model, again, the heat building in a little bit over the coming days ahead. You're going to feel that heat settling in for a while. Occasional cool downs, maybe next Tuesday or Wednesday, but I think overall the heat's going to kind of take over for the middle of the month. One final graphic I'm going to show you here. This is the zone forecast to show you some of our local towns around the area. Again, mid to upper 70s to right around 80 northwestern areas. Should be plenty of sunshine today, maybe a few clouds towards the Spencer area there in Boyd County. Upper 70s around Loop City. Otherwise, most of these places warming up into the low to mid 80s this afternoon, including 84 in Trenton and Beaver City, 85 Norton, Kansas, 83 Grant, 80 degrees in Lexington, Gothenburg, and North Platte. Mid to upper 70s and lower 80s, 82 Red Clouds, 78 in Aurora and Lincoln, 80 degrees in Beatrice, and mid 70s to the northeast with a few more clouds here. So this is one of the coolest areas of the state here, but still mild. Mid 70s for the most part, 76 Bartlett, 75 Schuyler, 74 in Pender and Hartington. So there you go. There's your look at your forecast for today. I've pretty much showed you everything I know for now. Give you an idea of how things will play out in the week or so ahead of us here. Like I said, we're going to settle into more summer after today. It's going to feel a lot more like summer in the days ahead. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you all again on Tuesday morning with all the latest. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye.